Most of the drugs that people are taking for their high blood pressure are simply treating a mineral deficiency. If you were deficient in a certain nutrient and got a symptom, and then you went to a doctor and they treated your symptom with a drug, wouldn't you just say to yourself, well, why don't we just start eating the nutrient? I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I don't get why it isn't. But that's just the nature of the business that we're in. You know, to treat high blood pressure, you give people ACE inhibitors, you give people diuretics, you give them all these drugs to simply treat the symptom, which is your high blood pressure, that is a result of some minerals that you could just simply replace. Whether you do it through supplementation or food is up to you, but I mean, it seems easier to do it with food. First of all, it's cheaper. And I'll tell you what those minerals are. The main one is potassium. Now, there's others that go along with it. But if you were to Google or look up the highest foods, or the foods with the highest potassium in it and the foods with the highest magnesium in it, it's basically the same list. Anything that's got fruit, vegetables, meat, and fish is going to be high in magnesium at various levels. Now, we always compare, for example, magnesium and potassium with a banana. Okay, so I eat a lot of bananas, and the reason why is because I like to ride bikes. It's easy, it's convenient. You can get bananas for 19 cents, sometimes 30 cents. So it's cheap. But I know, I get it. People don't like to eat bananas because there's too much sugar, and you're trying to cut out sugar, and you were told bananas are unhealthy, stuff like that. So I get it. But there's a lot of foods that are extremely high in potassium. So for example, if you buy beets, the top of the beets, the green part of the beetroot, the leafy beets, that has the highest amount of potassium. I believe it's 1 cup has 1,300 milligrams of potassium, whereas a medium-sized banana has 400. Baked potato has like 900. But you always come up with these things where all of a sudden beets are bad for you, potatoes are bad for you, it's a starch. You don't want to eat beets because they are root vegetables, and root vegetables are bad for you because they have anti-nutrients. And then you've got, of course, people hate the banana. No one's going to eat a banana or admit it on the internet. I think I'm the only one that actually eats a banana. Well, there's one guy named Durian Rider who eats bananas. I think he used to anyway. But people are afraid of foods. If you understood why you have high blood pressure, then you wouldn't be as afraid. Ultimately, blood pressure is a result of a mineral deficiency that affects your kidney. And when your kidney senses less potassium in the, did I say magnesium? It's potassium. When your kidney senses less potassium, it's going to secrete a hormone called renin. And renin will activate another hormone that's coming out of the liver called angiotensinogen. And that converts to angiotensin 1. And then you've got an angiotensin converting enzyme that converts angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. Now, you've heard of these things because you're probably on ACE inhibitors. And that's exactly why you're on ACE inhibitors, because your body is producing too much renin because it senses that your body needs more potassium. And so your body's producing too much angiotensin 2. And if you could take a drug that would inhibit the angiotensin converting enzyme, then your body wouldn't produce angiotensin 2. Voila, your blood pressure goes down. But your kidney is constantly trying to remedy this situation because it does sense this mineral deficiency. So angiotensin 2 does two things. Number one, it constricts your blood vessels, raising your blood pressure. The second thing is that it causes the adrenal gland. The adrenal gland is very popular. You've heard of it because the adrenal gland makes adrenaline, makes cortisol, but it also makes something called aldosterone. And the aldosterone forces your body, it actually forces your kidneys to retain water and retain sodium. This is why, for example, your doctor will tell you stop eating salt, stop salting your food, stop eating salty food, because that also raises your blood pressure. So when your kidneys sense a mineral deficiency of potassium, it constricts the blood vessels, secretes aldosterone, retains water and sodium. This can all be remedied by increasing the amount of potassium that you eat in your diet or supplementing, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. You should drink water. It's healthy.
I'm dry fasting.
Well, then eat meat.
Causes cancer.
You can eat eggs.
Cholesterol.
Vegetables.
Lectins. OMG.
Fruit.
Sugar.
Food.
I'm fasting.
Magnesium.
Okay, you got me. We can all agree magnesium is great for you.
Don't you get sick of the confusion when it comes to diet? Well, I sure do. And magnesium is one of those things that almost everybody can agree upon, except for one thing. Which magnesium do you take? There's magnesium chelate, which is for muscles. Magnesium citrate is for the arteries. Magnesium bisglycinate for stomach acid. Magnesium malate, which is the most bioavailable magnesium, is great for migraines and chronic pain, and it's found in fruits. Magnesium sucrosomial is for energy, immunity, and bone health. And then you have magnesium taurate and orotate, which are both very good for the heart. So which one do you pick? I like this company. This is Bioptimizers, and they make a product called Magnesium Breakthrough. This stuff is awesome. It has all 7 different types of magnesium in it, so it covers all the bases, very absorbable, easy on your stomach, and a 365-day money-back guarantee. There'll be a link down below with a discount code if you want to give it a try. The stuff's awesome. No controversy.
Seed oils?
You probably, if you're eating somewhat healthy, and that's a leap, but hang with me, you're probably getting about 2,000 milligrams of potassium per day. The recommended amount is 4,700. So you're halfway there. You just need to change your diet a little bit and get those nutrients. The best thing that I can recommend for anyone, and I recommend this to patients, is simply use the internet, go on Google, take one day that you think you ate healthy and type in the food. Just estimate how much food you ate. If you don't know, how do you know if it's an ounce? Well, you'll learn. You're smart. But the thing is that type into Google and just put potassium levels in. If you had milk chocolate, a bar, you had a Hershey bar, type in milk chocolate Hershey bar, how much potassium, and it'll tell you. You need to just write down the numbers and figure it out. You're probably not getting 4,700. So get some supplements off Amazon or start eating more foods. Simply Google the foods high in potassium, start eating them, start learning how to make them. And it's the same thing with magnesium. You probably are not getting enough magnesium. Now, magnesium does something totally different, but it does affect our blood pressure, and that is it affects our sleep. It affects our heart rhythms, and when your heart is off and your sleep is off, your blood pressure is going to go higher. And so taking a magnesium supplement or eating more foods that are high in magnesium, which coincide with the potassium, it's not that much different. But ultimately, your blood pressure problem is really a mineral deficiency. If your kidneys sense there's enough potassium in your diet, in your blood, that is, it won't produce renin, which means that the angiotensin isn't being produced, which means the aldosterone isn't being produced, and thus your blood pressure drastically goes down, or goes down to normal. Now, of course, if you're artificially already taking a lot of blood pressure medications, which a lot of people are, this is the challenge that we have in our office, is patients are on 2, 3, 4 medications. And you suggest that, hey, why don't you eat some foods high in potassium? They usually come up with, well, my doctor says not to. You're like, well, that's fruit, vegetables, meat, fish. If your doctor doesn't want you to eat those things, then let me know, what does your doctor supposedly want you to eat in conjunction with these blood pressure medications to make you healthy? Of course, I'm being jokey here. This is my resting joke face, by the way. The patient almost 100% of the time says, my doctor didn't tell me to change my diet at all. Just told me not to eat foods that are high in potassium. You're like, did he tell you what those were? Usually the answer is bananas. And you're like, well, there's lots of foods higher in potassium than bananas. So this is the dilemma that most people face, is if you want to get healthy, you got to eat healthy foods. And if you eat healthy foods, your blood pressure kind of goes down. But if you're artificially lowering your blood pressure and you're taking diuretics and you're taking ACE inhibitors and all sorts of different drugs, should you combine health food with your drugs? That's a good question, and only a question that you can answer for yourself, whether it's worth it. And you have to watch your own blood pressure, and you have to talk to your doctor. If you're getting healthy, you got to talk to your doctor about lowering your blood pressure meds. But if you're getting fatter and you're eating crappier, you got to talk to your doctor about increasing your meds. That's how this game works, by the way. That's how healthcare works. That's a little bit of a rant. So what are your thoughts about this? I think that I can help people lower their blood pressure with natural methods. I've done it. I've helped people do it. I'm not the one that does it, by the way. They're the one that does it. I'm just simply the person that points in the right direction. Well, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have specific questions in regard to blood pressure, your own health and wellness, we actually do Zoom appointments as well as telephone appointments. We do these Zoom and telephone appointments from all around the world. So you're more than welcome to call our office, schedule an actual Zoom or a telephone consultation with me. And what we're gonna do is we are going to section off a piece of our day just to speak to you and answer all your questions. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below. You can get to my website and then just contact us. Now, there is a fee for a Zoom or telephone consultation, so it's not free, but I can promise you this, you're gonna get your money's worth.